I've been a professional videographer for over 5 years. I work with the high-end cinema rigs daily, but I've learned the most important powerful camera is the one in your pocket. However, there is a catch. Your phone is a pathological liar.
Come on now, dawg. Come on, man.
By default, it wants every single frame to be bright, sharp and perfectly exposed, but in a cinema, perfect is often boring. If your footage looks like a home video, it's because you're letting the phone make the creative decisions for you. Today, we're taking this power back.
What is he doing?
He's beginning to believe.
We're going into a pre-production to train your eye to see like a pro and your phone to act like it's a cinema camera. Hit subscribe button and let's get into it.
Train your eye.
Before we touch a single setting, we have to talk about how you consume the content. A regular viewer watches a movie to feel an emotion. A cinematographer watches movie to see the how. You need to stop watching a content and start watching a cinematography. When you see a video that makes you stop scrolling, don't just like it, save it, analyze it, break it down in those 4 pillars. The light. Is it coming from the side? Is it harsh or soft? How does it separate the subject from the background? Is it a slow, steady push? Is it a gritty and handheld? How does the movement change the energy of the scene? The object interaction. How do people or object move within the frame? Are they crossing the lens or creating the depth? What is the mood? Is it cold and blue? Warm and golden? How does the color finish the story? There is no shame in trying to replicate a masterpiece. In fact, that is exactly what you should do from the start. By trying to match the lighting and the angles of a shot you love, you begin to understand how these factors actually affect your creative vision. It's not stealing it, it's learning the language of cinema.
Camera application.
To replicate those shots, you need a manual control. For this course, I'm using my old Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. One of the reasons I love this phone is the native Pro Video mode. It gives me absolute manual control over every pixel without need a separate app. For those of you who own a newer models like S26 Ultra or even S24 Ultra, Samsung has implemented the lock color profile. And this is the game changer, because it allows you to push the dynamic range and color control even further in a native app. Wait, and what about the iPhone users?
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
The native camera app on iPhones gives a decent image for basic lifestyle content. It's clean and reliable. However, if you want a deep, fully manual control, you must switch to a third-party app. The big benefit of a third-party camera apps on iOS, they are better integrated with the whole ecosystem compared to the Android. Generally, they provide the better results, especially when it comes to the stabilization. If your phone's native camera app doesn't offer the manual control, the Blackmagic Camera app is the gold standard alternative. And it's completely free, while transforming your phone into a cinema-grade interface.
ISO.
ISO is your sensor sensitivity. On a small mobile sensor, high ISO is your biggest enemy. I keep mine at the base, usually around 50 or 100. If the scene is too dark, find a lamp or a window. Never sacrifice your image quality for a digital gain.
White balance.
I have only 3 words for you. Set this manually. If you're outdoors, you can set it to around 5600K. And if you leave it on auto, the phone will shift colors as you move, ruining your skin tones mid-shot. Consistency is the hallmark for the professional work. The higher number in white balance means warmer image, while the lower means colder. You may experiment with it on set to enhance your creative vision.
Shutter speed.
In a professional cinematography, that is considered one of the most crucial settings. For a natural motion blur our eyes expect, your shutter speed must be double your frame rate. For example, if you shoot at 30 fps, set it to 1/60. This removes the choppy digital look and gives your footage a dreamlike cinematic flow.
ND filter.
And I should say that following the 180-degree rule in Dubai is extremely challenging because how bright it is here. And in such cases, I use a variable ND filter. Think of it as a sunglasses for your phone. It cuts the light so you can keep that shutter speed. But if you don't have the filter, you have to be strategic. Shoot in the shadows of the buildings or wait for the golden hour when the light is naturally softer. Don't fight the sun, work around it. Otherwise, if you completely have to shoot during the bright time of the day and you have to crank up your shutter speed to 1/1000 or so, just try to keep your movement as slow and steady as possible and avoid shooting any dynamic objects. If you keep your frame steady and you don't have any fast-moving object in your shot, it should be fine.
Final touch.
And once you've captured that raw footage, the final 30% of the cinema look comes down to the color grading. This is where it takes those pixels and give them a soul in DaVinci Resolve, let's say. If you're still struggling to find the perfect look for your footage, I can help you. Comment "help me" with a LUT below, and I will assist you in creating a personal cinematic LUT tailored specifically for your mobile footage. You've trained your eye and you've calibrated your gear. You're officially ahead of 95% of mobile creators.
Perfect.
Drop a like on this video if you're ready to level up. In the next lesson, we're heading on the location. I'm going to show you how I use my body as an expensive stabilizer.
Oh my.
And how to see the angles in real time with zero extra equipment. And I'll see you in lesson number 2, production.